I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings +1.5 hosting the Green Bay Packers. And I really like Minnesota because, first of all, Green Bay without Devontae Adams, there's going to be a massive drop-off. And this might sound obvious, and it might not sound like a reason to be on Minnesota. But if you just look at what Adams has done specifically against the Vikings and then take him out of the equation, it's eye-opening. So last year, week 17, 11 for 136 and 1. He gets 47% of Rodgers' passing yards, 2 of the team's 4 touchdowns. The first game they faced each other, where the Vikings actually won that game, Adams went 7 for 115 and 2, and he also scored half of their touchdowns again. The game before that, just 7 catches for 53 yards, but 3 touchdowns. Game before that, 14, 156 and 2. Go back to 2020, 13 for 116, over half of Rodgers' passing yards. The game before that, the first matchup of that year, 7 for 106, again, over half of Rodgers' passing yards. He scored 8 of their last 16 total offensive touchdowns in the last 4 games. He scored 38% of their offensive touchdowns overall in the last 3 years in these matchups, and he's responsible for 39% of Aaron Rodgers' passing yards over the last 3 years in these matchups. And now you're going from him to, we don't even know if Allen Lazard is fully healthy. He's supposed to
it looks like he might not even play.
Yeah, and you know, Christian Watson, the rookie, did practice. So, but you might have 2 rookies, and I love me some Romeo Doubs, we all know, but you might have 2 rookies out there and Sammy Watkins and Randall Cobb. So like 2 rookies and 2 dudes who are washed. And that's your receiving core that you're replacing this dude who literally scored half of your touchdowns, responsible for half of your points. And he changes everything for Rodgers too, because we know the issue with Rodgers and this offense at this stage is, you know, if they get pressured without blitzing, you know, if a team can kind of rush forward and pressure them, Devontae Adams really the only outlet. Like, that's the dude who's going to still get open, still beat double coverage, even when a defense knows it's coming. It's just going to be a totally different situation now for this offense. And I think that's the great equalizer. You got the Packers going on the road here. Vikings, a very solid team all around, you know, not a ton of weaknesses. I think they'll be able to get decent pressure. You have Danielle Hunter, you have Zadarius Smith. You were number 6 in pressure rate last year. I think you have good players on every level of the defense. You have the good safeties, and offense. We know, that's going to be explosive, and it should be even better now with Kevin O'Connell. And I even think the defense could be better. With the new defensive coordinator, Donatel. He's had a bunch of 8 to 10 top 10 defenses. So, I think it's just a great spot. Week 1. You look at divisional dogs in week 1, 58, 32, and 2 against the spread since 2004. That's 62%. If you filter out just since 2014, so over the last 8 years, 29 and 9, 76% against the spread are divisional dogs, covering by an average of 6 points per game. So you're getting essentially a whole extra touchdown in these matchups. And since 2010, week 1 divisional dogs are 34, 31, and 1, 52% straight up. So they actually have won more than they lost outright. And I think the Vikings have a really good shot of winning this game. If it was in Lambeau, I think it would be a lot tougher. But you're talking about Green Bay coming to Minnesota here, no Devontae Adams, just different kind of offense going against a very solid all-around team, with the benefit of, the unknown with Kevin O'Connell, and they're going to be able to do some things on offense. I think that Green Bay hasn't seen these last few years when they're coached by Zimmer and they had Kubiak in there, and it was just I think it got a little bit more predictable. So love Minnesota this week +1.5.
Yeah, I would agree. And like I said before, I actually teased the Vikings with the Rams. Would lean the Vikings here for sure. And I was going to make the same points as you with the unpredictability. Look, this offense has been the same boring, inefficient first down offense under Zimmer for years. And now you can bring, I think, an added element of surprise, especially early on. But I think overall, the early down play calling will be much more efficient under O'Connell, and the offense in turn will become much more efficient. So I do like it. And yeah, the Packers wide receiver situation has to worry you. You'll hear a stat this week. Aaron Rodgers owns the division, by the way, and he's 48 and 29 against the spread in the division in his career. That's 58.9%. That's the most profitable quarterback in the NFL since 2003. But that's 58.9%. That's his exact against the spread mark overall. He's only behind Brady in that aspect. That's just what he does. He covers. And by the way, out of 258 quarterbacks, it's Brady and then Rodgers since 2003 it's the most profitable quarterbacks. But he's only 6-8 against the spread at Minnesota. A lot of those games are playing bad Bears teams who he just owns and really bad Lions teams.